Stop healing your inner child. Just stop. Take a breath and hear this. Stop trying to fix what was never broken. For years we've been told this story. The story of a small, wounded part of us, locked away in a dusty room of the past. We're told to go back there, to soothe it, to rescue it, to heal its wounds. But what if this entire story is a trap? What if it's a beautifully decorated cage that keeps us looking backward, forever digging in the ruins of what was, convinced that we are fundamentally damaged? Every time you say, "I need to heal my inner child," you're speaking a powerful instruction into the world. You're telling yourself, "I'm broken, I'm incomplete, my past is a source of damage." You're reinforcing the very story that keeps you stuck. It's a subtle but powerful loop. The more you identify with the wound, the more the wound becomes your identity. It becomes a strange source of comfort, like a sailor who has navigated by a single familiar storm cloud for years. That storm is dangerous, chaotic, and painful, but it's known. Letting it go means sailing into a vast, clear, open sky, and the sheer possibility of that can feel more terrifying than the familiar pain of the storm. We cling to the story of being broken because, in a way, it protects us from the responsibility of our own power. Think of it like this. Imagine you have a compass, a perfect, flawless compass that always points true north. But you've been told your compass is broken, so you spend all your time taking it apart, polishing the glass, trying to fix the needle, all while you're completely lost in the woods. You're so focused on fixing the instrument, you never think to just look where it's pointing. That's what we've been doing. That feeling inside you, the one you call your wounded inner child, is not a wound. It's not a ghost from the past. It is the most pure, most honest, most powerful part of you. It's the original blueprint. It's who you were before the world started handing you scripts and costumes and telling you who you should be. It is your direct line to the way things really are. It is your compass. And when it hurts, that's not the pain of an old wound being reopened. It's the sharp, clear pain of the compass needle trying to tell you that you are going the wrong way. It's the scream of your truest self saying, "Not this. This is not our path. This relationship, this job, this way of thinking, it's a lie. It's not who we are." We've been trying to drug the messenger, to numb the signal. We call it healing, but it's really an attempt to make the compass stop pointing so insistently away from the life we've built and toward the one we were meant to live. The problem was never the compass. The problem was that we stopped trusting where it was pointing. The real journey isn't about going back to fix a broken past. It's about coming home to the truth of who you are right now. It's about learning to listen, not to heal. By the way, our shared space of light and awareness is on its way to 100,000 people. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and brings this moment closer. Episode 2. So if it's not a wound to be healed, but a compass to be read, what language does it speak? It doesn't use words. Words are the tools of the mind, the part of us that learned to negotiate, to compromise, to fit in. The language of the compass is much older, much more fundamental. It speaks in feelings. It speaks in energy. It speaks in the silent, unmistakable pull of truth. Think about a moment you felt pure, uncomplicated joy. Maybe it was watching a sunset, hearing a piece of music, or laughing with someone you love. In that moment, Were you thinking about your past traumas? Were you analysing your feelings? No, you were just there, fully alive. That feeling, that expansion in your chest. That is the compass needle locking onto true north. That is the universe, sending a simple, clear signal. Yes, this, more of this. Now think of a time you had to do something that felt deeply wrong, even if it made logical sense. A job you took for the money. A relationship you stayed in out of fear. A yes that should have been a no. Remember that feeling in your gut? That quiet tension, that sense of being trapped, that subtle feeling of sickness. That was the compass vibrating violently. It was screaming, "Warning! You are moving against the current of your own life. You are ignoring the blueprint." We are taught to ignore these signals. We're told that feelings are unreliable, that logic is king. We're given maps drawn by other people, our parents, our teachers, our society, and we're told to follow them, even if our own inner compass is spinning like crazy, telling us the map is wrong. The map leads to a place called success, or safety, or approval. But the compass is the only thing that can lead you home, and its voice is quiet. It's not an alarm bell. It's a subtle vibration you feel in the floorboards of your being. In the noise of modern life, with everyone shouting their opinions, with notifications buzzing, with endless distractions, that subtle signal gets drowned out. We can't hear the hum of our own engine. The first step in learning its language is creating moments of silence, turning down the volume of the world so you can finally feel that subtle, guiding vibration within. This inner self, this child, doesn't care about your 5-year plan. It doesn't understand your mortgage. It has no concept of what other people will think. Its only job is to feel what is true for you. It's like a plant in a dark room. It will always, without fail, bend toward the slightest crack of light. It doesn't think about it. It doesn't analyse the pros and cons. It just moves toward the light because the light is life. Your joy is that light. Your excitement is that light. Your sense of peace is that light. And the dull ache of boredom, the sharp sting of resentment, the heavy weight of obligation, that is the feeling of the concrete wall between you and the sun. The work isn't to break down the wall. The work is to simply notice where the light is and to start, inch by inch, turning yourself toward it. The compass will show you the way. Understanding you have a compass is the first step. Learning its language is the second. The third, and the most important, is the partnership. This is the dance. It's a dance for two. There's the compass, that raw, intuitive, feeling part of you. And there's the navigator, the adult, thinking, acting part of you that lives in the real world. For most of our lives, the navigator has been dragging the compass along, telling it to be quiet, to be realistic. The partnership begins when the navigator finally stops, turns to the compass and asks, "Okay, which way?" This is how it works in practice. The compass provides the direction. It's not a detailed plan. It's a feeling, a pull. It's the sudden, illogical urge to learn pottery. It's the quiet, deep knowing that you need to leave the city. It's the inexplicable feeling of trust you have for a person you just met. It doesn't make sense. It's just a signal. That way. Then, the navigator takes over. The navigator is the one who says, "Okay, you feel we need to go that way. My job is to find a path." The navigator researches pottery classes. The navigator looks at towns and job markets. The navigator arranges a coffee meeting with a new person. And this is where we have to learn to trust. The mind, the navigator, will immediately ask, "Are you sure? What if this is a mistake? What if it leads to failure?" It's a valid question. And here's how you tell the difference. A true signal from the compass, even if it's scary, feels calm and expansive. It's a quiet knowing. A sudden impulse, driven by fear or anxiety, feels chaotic, frantic, and constricted. It's a reaction, not a guidance. Learning the difference between these two feelings is the core skill of this partnership. You have to be willing to take small risks, to follow the quieter voice on small things, to prove to yourself that it can be trusted. Trust isn't a decision, it's a relationship you build over time with yourself. The old way is the navigator making all the decisions based on external maps, ignoring the screaming compass. The result is a life that looks good on paper, but feels empty. The new way, the partnership, is the navigator using all its intelligence, all its skill, all its experience to bring the vision of the compass to life. The compass provides the what and the why. The navigator provides the how. This is where true power lies. It's when your actions in the world are aligned with the deepest truth of who you are. Things start to click. You meet the right people. You find the right opportunities. What people call luck or coincidence just becomes the natural result of moving with the current instead of against it. Reality begins to talk back to you, to confirm your path with signs and synchronicities, because you are finally speaking its language. This isn't about being reckless. The navigator is still there to look both ways before you cross the street. It's about changing the source of your decisions. Do you make a choice because it seems logical and safe, or because it makes you feel alive? Do you follow the proven path, or the one that lights you up? The inner child isn't a problem to be solved. It is your co-creator. It is your partner in the dance of building a life. Stop trying to silence it. Stop trying to heal it. Just take its hand. Listen to the music and let it lead. If this video changed something in you, write, "I trust my inner compass," in the comments. Write it as a promise to yourself. Nobody